The film opens in the haunting, overcast forests of Forks, Washington. Mist weaves through the trees as a deer darts through the undergrowth, pursued by an unseen predator. Tension builds as the chase unfolds in slow motion, setting the ominous and otherworldly tone. The silence is broken by the predator's sudden strike. As the deer falls, the scene cuts away, pulling the audience into a story where life and death, and love and danger, intertwine. Far from the gloom of Forks, the sun-drenched desert of Phoenix, Arizona, introduces the story's central character, Bella Swan. Known as Bella, she is a quiet, introspective 17-year-old who decides to leave her mother's home in Phoenix and move to Forks to live with her father, Charlie Swan, the local police chief. Her mother is newly remarried and planning to travel with her husband, a minor league baseball player, and Bella, sensing the need for space, makes a selfless choice to relocate to a town she once knew but never loved. Forks is a town drenched in rain and shadow, a stark contrast to Bella's old life. Charlie, though emotionally reserved, warmly welcomes his daughter, even surprising her with an old red pickup truck that once belonged to his friend Billy Black. The gift is practical and sincere, symbolic of Charlie's quiet love. At school, Bella becomes the immediate subject of fascination. Her arrival in a small town where new faces are rare makes her stand out instantly. Classmates like Eric, Jessica, Angela, Mike, and Tyler each take an interest in her, offering friendly introductions and awkward teen-level flirtations. But everything changes when Bella notices a group of 5 students entering the cafeteria. They are different from everyone else. Strikingly pale, impossibly graceful, and entirely aloof, the Cullens move with synchronized elegance and sit apart from the rest of the student body. Each of them seems impossibly beautiful, but it is Edward Cullen, with his tousled bronze hair and intense, unreadable gaze, who catches Bella's attention, and vice versa. From the moment their eyes meet, an unspoken tension simmers beneath the surface. When Bella is partnered with Edward in biology class, the tension becomes palpable. Edward appears agitated, barely able to sit next to her. He grips the edge of the desk, leans away, and stares at her with something between rage and confusion. Bella is left bewildered and even hurt by his behavior. Then, without explanation, Edward disappears from school for several days. When he returns, his demeanor has shifted entirely. He is now calm, collected, and even charming. He introduces himself, engaging in small talk and expressing apparent interest, as if their earlier encounter had never happened. Soon after, a pivotal moment occurs in the school parking lot. As Bella walks to her truck, a van skids across the ice toward her in a deadly arc. Death seems inevitable. In the blink of an eye, Edward crosses the lot and shields her, stopping the vehicle with nothing but his body. The dented side of the van and Edward's shaken expression confirm what Bella already knows. Something unnatural just happened. But Edward downplays it, gaslighting her with half-truths and silence. Bella, far from satisfied, becomes consumed by curiosity. She starts to investigate. Over the following days, she observes more strange occurrences. Edward appears out of nowhere to save her, speaks cryptically, and behaves with eerie precision. His eyes change color, from golden amber to coal black, seemingly reflecting more than just mood. During a beach trip to La Push with her classmates, Bella reconnects with Jacob Black, Billy's son, a boy she used to know. He speaks of tribal legends, ancient stories passed down among the Quileute. Jacob, playfully at first, shares the tale of the Cold Ones, enemies of the Quileute wolves, vampires who look human but are not. With this revelation, Bella begins piecing together everything she has seen. Strength, speed, beauty, secrecy, and now the old legend. All signs point in one direction. She investigates further, and eventually, she confronts Edward directly. He confirms the truth. He is a vampire. But not like those in horror stories. Edward and his family drink only animal blood, living among humans in a carefully maintained peace. Despite this, he warns Bella that being near him is dangerous, that he constantly struggles against the instinct to kill her, especially since her scent is unusually powerful to him. But Bella does not run. She doesn't scream. Instead, she steps deeper into his world. Their bond strengthens. Edward, drawn to her humanity, begins to reveal more. He shows her his speed, strength, and even takes her into the sunlit forest to reveal the shimmering truth of his skin, which sparkles like diamonds. He introduces her to the Cullen family: Carlisle, the compassionate patriarch and local doctor; Esme, the kind-hearted matriarch; Rosalie, wary and openly hostile toward Bella; Emmett, jovial and bold; Alice, bubbly and welcoming; and Jasper, who struggles visibly to control his thirst. Bella is awed and enchanted, but the relationship is not without complications. Edward watches her sleep, haunted by the danger he represents. He tells her stories from his past: how Carlisle turned him during the Spanish flu epidemic, how they try to preserve human life despite their nature. Meanwhile, Bella becomes resolute in her feelings. She wants to be part of his world, despite the risks. Everything changes again when the Cullens invite Bella to witness their peculiar version of a baseball game. Played in a thunderstorm to mask the sound of collisions, the family takes to a clearing in the woods, using their supernatural abilities to launch balls and race across fields with explosive power. But the game is interrupted. 3 nomadic vampires, James, Victoria, and Laurent, arrive. These strangers are not like the Cullens. They are predators, and the moment James catches Bella's scent, the hunt begins. James is no ordinary vampire. He is a tracker, obsessive, relentless. The Cullens move fast, devising a plan to protect Bella. Alice and Jasper take her to Phoenix to hide, while Edward and the others attempt to confuse the trail. But James is cunning. He discovers Bella's old ballet studio and lures her there by using a recording of her mother's voice. Desperate to protect her mom, Bella leaves the hotel secretly and goes to face James alone. Inside the mirrored ballet studio, James toys with her. He records her fear, speaking calmly as he circles. He throws her violently against mirrors, breaking her leg, and then sinks his teeth into her wrist. The venom spreads. As Bella begins to lose consciousness, Edward arrives in time. The 2 vampires clash in a brutal battle. Glass shatters, fire sparks, and Edward nearly loses control as he fights to protect the girl he loves. Carlisle intervenes, helping Edward regain himself. The others arrive. Alice decapitates James and sets his remains aflame. But Bella is dying. Edward must make a choice: allow the venom to turn her into a vampire or risk killing her by sucking it out. He chooses the latter, and with iron self-control, draws the venom out without taking her life. Bella wakes up in the hospital, injured but alive. Her mother sits by her side. Charlie, too, hovers with fatherly concern. The story is that she fell down the stairs and crashed through a window. It's a weak lie, but it holds. Bella insists on returning to Forks, refusing to be separated from Edward. The story culminates at prom, where Edward and Bella dance beneath strings of lights in a gazebo. Bella, now deeply in love, pleads with Edward to turn her into a vampire so they can be together forever. Edward gently refuses. He wants her to have a human life, to grow and change and live without the darkness he carries. Their conversation is soft, full of longing and restraint. But as they sway together, the camera pulls away to reveal that someone is watching. Victoria, cloaked in silence and vengeance, turns and walks away from the prom. Her expression is cold, calculating, and with that, the story fades to black, not with a final note, but with a promise that this world of danger, love, and immortal longing is far from over.